It's about a man at 3 ages of his life. His name is Guston, and you see him at ages 28, 88, and 58.
It's poetic, so it's hard to explain. It's three men playing the same part, and one woman playing all the ladies' parts.
I play a nurse named Suzanne, the part of the play that takes place in 2008. I play the daughter named Zephyr that takes place in 1978, and I play a wife of the protagonist in 1948.
I am 1/3 of the story of this man. The play takes place. Actually, it takes place over the course of 3 days in 3 different ages.
I guess you could say it's like a memory sort of play where it starts off with Guston at 88, John McMartin, and a nurse comes in who's taking care of him, and he talks about his wife and his daughter. And actually, it's amazing because in the first scene, the entire play is kind of like revealed to you.
They flash back and they flash forward. You find out in the first scene sort of everything you need to know about the story, and then it's one of those rare situations where you actually have an opportunity to kind of look back and see how that actually happened.
I was doing an interview much like this one. I was not on camera and there was not a light in my face, but a woman asked me how old I was, and I said I was 28 years old. This was, I guess, a year and a half ago. I'm now 30. She said, oh, you're in your Saturn Returns. I said, excuse me, I don't know what that is. And she said, well, and she explained the phenomenon, the astrological phenomenon to me, and how supposedly Saturn returns to the place of your birth at those specific ages, between 28 and 30, 58 and 60, and 88, 90, and wreaks havoc in your life. And so it seemed like a really good title.
Well, Noah's writing is just incredible. The language is so simple, but it's so dense with what's being said and what's happening, and just the idea that it can switch like on a dime. It starts that you're watching something that's just totally heartbreaking, and right when you think you're about to lose it, comes out with one of the funniest jokes you've ever heard, and then vice versa. Like you'd be laughing, and then it just turns and you're in tears.
The director actually called it a short story, and like something you would read, and each world is its own. I mean, each time period is its own world, but at the same time part of a greater universe. Saturn Returns, no pun intended.
We originally tried to get three men that kind of look similar at different ages, and I look a bit like the young lad playing the juvenile, remind me of myself. So all this is in a way disturbing too, because you're seeing your own life, but it's quite an experience.
John is just a legend. You get to watch. I remember the first reading when he was sitting there, and I was with Rosie, and we looked across the table, and I was like, "Are you a little intimidated?" She's like, "I don't know," and I was just kind of like, "No, they're scared of us." And then
John McMartin, a legend, I think 4-time Tony Award nominee. I try not to give him a big head, so tonight my opening night card literally said B+, because I don't want him to get too full of himself.
It's really funny. When you read it, you're like, you don't think it's going to be a comedy, but then the actors are so, John McMartin and Jim and Rob, everybody's so talented and really gives the language a good kick to it. It's really funny, and then all of a sudden you're hit with the reality of the situation, the reality of life. People die, people leave, but we are still trying to stay alive, keep laughing, keep smiling, keep some 2 feet on the ground.
It's very much a story about love and expectation and disappointment and trying to deal with life.
I think it's a beautiful story. In the end, it ends on an optimistic note, despite all the things that have happened. You kind of leave feeling like, oh, life is, each day at a time, and it's worth it, and it's beautiful.